So my name is Jaka, I'm 25 years old, and yeah, I'm a producer, DJ, music curator, if that's how it's called, and audio engineer. When I was a kid, I was playing a few instruments, like guitar, piano, and a flute actually. I think the most that I got from the school, musical school, was the feeling for music. I remember the first time I saw Ableton. It was shown to me by a friend, Kevolution. I remember I was maybe 16 years old, and when I saw it, for me it was wow. It was like a game when you play with music and you cannot fuck everything up. So it's like you want to change something, you switch it. You do this, you do this. It was like endless possibilities, and I don't know, for me it was just, yeah, it was a revelation, like I said. Now when I do something, I don't keep the rules in mind. Let's say you play something, you don't know the scale. Like I make my own scales. I know if I go, I think it works for me. And sometimes with the electronic music, I think it's nice that you have some elements, they're not in the scale, so they pull you out a bit, like it doesn't fit, but it doesn't fit. So you have like a flow, but then there is like a note or element that is not in the scale. So it's like fighting a bit, but in a way that it makes sense. That's how I think I create my sound. My goal is always to go more minimal. So no high energy, but it's like a privilege to do it. So I think I start more high energy, and then I see people are locked, and then you have like a full control of the crowd. Sometimes you want to push them a bit chaotic, and then you bring them somewhere. So I like to change moods and just to freestyle it, you know, because it depends on the crowd, on the club, on the sound system. Fuck, I like warm-up the most. Honestly, for me, warm-up, it's a privilege to play. Because when you play outside, they don't book you for the warm-up. You know, you're booked there to be peak time, main gas, blah, blah, blah. But warm-up slot, I think it's very important. It's very responsible, because in a way, people maybe don't respect it so much, but you prepare the crowd, you know? If you go too much, then the headliner, maybe he starts with too much energy, you can fuck up the party. You know, I jump through genres like crazy, from hip-hop, ambient, trip-hop, drum and bass. You know where you need to finish, mood-wise, energy-wise, but there is no rules how you should go. I think Zurich, for me, it's the best city. Fuck it, I say it. It's the city where the people, they are more open, and they are very pushing the boundaries. You know, I think they have, of course, there is like an influence of something, but they are very creative. Everyone do this, they do bands, they do synth pop, they do this, they play house. Just when I got back from there, I think it was the time when I was pushed and inspired the most in my life. I would say everything is one league. Let's say Berlin is good, London is good, blah blah. But Zurich, Switzerland, different league. I would say a lot of influences I got from the hip-hop. I think I love Italian hip-hop the most, even though I don't understand shit. It's just the flow, you know. Because even if I understand, like, I listen to a lot of Wu-Tang, Mos Def, Mobb Deep, I didn't really listen to the lyrics so much. For me it was just like a good template, so the good flow of the beat, instrumental, and then the vocals, they need to add to the flow, not take from it. And I think for me the proper hip-hop is just the proper balance of both. And in my music, what I could connect to it is the rawness. Sometimes I don't like it too full with elements. I'd rather go the old school way. So you have fewer elements, and with these elements, you try to do more. I'm doing like a band here. I have one for drums, one for bass, one for synths, one for background, FX, and then you're very limited. But because you're very limited, you do more with what you have. I think Jimmy Barca was a bit of influence for sure, because they use a lot of sampling stuff, and for me I think this was a breaking point, because I was always limited to synths and stuff, and at one point, you know all the sounds, and then I got the realization that you can sample in all stuff. So I play something, I sample it, then I deconstruct it, put it through here, make a mistake, have a new sample, use it somehow differently. And for me this was to be more less generic music. I was also a bit lucky because a lot of my friends, they are from the hip-hop culture. And the hip-hop producing wise, you know, it's my kind of mentality. And like Sunny Sun, he showed me some tricks with sampling, revolutionized my game. Like it was really next level. It's a bit of my project, but it's also a bit of community project because I started when I was in high school. So I remember being in the high school, making up plans for it. I want to do something different. I really took like a proper digging path. Like I went to the podcasts, who liked it, who commented, and then I found a few artists, post a track, 20 views, 1 like, and then I approached them. And my vision was to push them, but it was just this vision of making connection to find artists and push them to some place, and then they got the vinyl release. And this was fulfilling me actually, because most of them, they got the vinyl release on the end. And it was basically run on the zero budget. I did the engineering by myself, curation, everything, no licensing, nothing. It was very, very raw. The first release were mine production. It was only 3 releases of mine. And then first artists were South America, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina. And then I got a few Italian, but I think the sound was mostly South American sound. Now I didn't release for 1 year. Like I have so much shit to do. Also the music, I think I still feel it and I respect the music I was releasing, but it's not so much part of my vision anymore. I'm brainstorming a lot of what to do with the project because, you know, it was a lot of time invested into it. So I want to find a way how to still do something with the project. Maybe not being as a label, but something. Maybe like just like a space of something. I'm looking for some alternatives. Blah 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 blah. Merci.